Hello, I'm Greg Jones, the head football coach at Kearney High School. Today, what I want to introduce you to is functional muscle training that we do here at Kearney High School. What it is, we tell our kids we're going to take the weight room to the playing field. And what we're trying to do is work on functional strength. And I've been a head football coach for 14 years, been doing this for 6. And it's very, very good because what you do is you find out who your athletes are, you find out which kids you can count on Friday night, and it separates the kids that are great in the weight room but not great on the field. I tell our kids it kind of separates that kid that looks like Tarzan but plays like Jane. So what you're going to be able to do during these workouts is find who your athletes are, not just who your strong guys in the weight room are. So when you go from station to station today, you will see the different stations and what they're doing at each. We will start with station number 1, and what we're doing at this station, we call this the hurdle station. But the kids will be going under, they should be bear crawling under the hurdle, they should come up and they should gather themselves, jump off both feet over an obstacle, land on both feet, then get back down and go under the hurdle again. There's a couple of things we're looking for here. Number 1, obviously we're looking for flexibility to be able to scoot under the hurdle quickly. So you're looking for some agility plus hip flexibility. Then we're looking for power and triple extension as they explode over the bag, land, and get back down. So it's great for the hips. All right, station number 2, the kids go to the king crab station, we call, and what it is the king crabs, and they have weights on them. The kids will start by pushing on the low end of the king crab, getting them in a really low position with a flat back and their legs and driving. And then after they go a certain distance, they'll pop up, leave the sled in the same position, and then they'll push back on the high side of the sled. Again, you're looking for the same things you are in the weight room with the knees bent, hips back, knees over your toes, here straight back. You don't want head down and body rounded. But the kids they'll go down 5 yards and back, 10 and back, 15 and back, driving the sled, and then they'll come back down the ladder, and it's a competition. The thing you also find is when the kids have weight, on anything that involves weight resistance, we have 3 levels. We have our senior level, our junior level, and our sophomore level, and the weight's different at every station, and I'll go into that as you see the video. The next station we will go to is our shoulder complex station. Again, trying to hit the whole shoulder joint with the anterior, medial, posterior delt. And the kids at this station will do a total of 50 reps, non-stop, with the kettlebells or plates, just some type of resistance. And then they would do another station or another set with no weight, and we will take them through 5 movements with just body weight. Okay, from there, the kids will move to what we call the tug station. What these tugs are, they're discs and they got water in them. It's just resistance. It's just some form of resistance for them to run with. But they would do a forward run, again, working on knee drive, just a good power run where they're exploding, working the quads. Then they would do a back pedal, again, good form down, going to work the hamstrings more. And then we do a shuffle that's going to work the hip flexor, abductors, adductors, in the growing area. And you will see the video on this of how that's working and how that goes. From that station, then they rotate over to what we call the clean station. And what we do is we take the whole process that we teach kids in the weight room, and we put it into one circuit on the field, okay? We start, obviously, with 8th graders. We teach RDL, then we move to the next lift. But these are all sophomore, juniors, and seniors out there, so what we start with is what we work on in the weight room with them. So they're going to do a power pull, then they're going to go down into a full squat clean, because we're teaching them to drop their butt back. Then they're going to do a regular clean, and then a clean and press. That is all 1 rep. They got to do 5 reps of that. And then they'll switch, and their partner will they'll go through that twice, and then rotate to the next station. The next station is the tire flips, where the kids have a partner, they'll flip the tire, jump in, jump out, the next person to go, they'll jump in, jump out, they'll do that 6 times down, 6 times back. Then they get in groups of 3 and they do weighted front squats with the tires. Again, totally training the legs, the glutes, working on the same things you work on in the weight room with squats, just now it's functional and it's on the field. And then from there, the last station we go to is what we call our lunges. And you'll see we got some weight again with these balls that's got water in them. And the kids have to have it so that their core is engaged. Everything's either in front of them or over their head. But we're going to do walking lunges. We're going to do angle lunges. We're going to do lateral lunges and back lunges. So that's our lunge circuit. And then the last station we do today on the video, you see the whole team come together and do it. Usually it is a station itself, but we had to do it as a group today. But that is our core station, where we do some core movements, and we do some push-ups, and we do a lot of plank stuff. Again, just really isolating the core of the athletes. Then after we do all this, then the kids get to have a little bit of fun. They're tired, they've gone through all this, now they got to compete. So we have some one-on-one tug-of-war competition that you will get to see. And then when that's over, then we will move into our conditioning. So I really hope you enjoy this video. It's been a great part of our program. And if you were able to do this, I think you will love it, and so will your kids. All right, as you can see, the objective of this station here, we're working on hip flexion. So the kids have to go down, back up, and explode. He's not jumping very good over the hurdle. Okay, but working on hip flexibility, being able to get down and get up quick. Again, trying to make our training related to the football field. You get knocked down, you better be able to get back up pretty quick. And then also you're looking for, as they're jumping over, the kid right there in the middle with his shirt off is doing a good job. See how he's jumping off both legs? Boom, getting triple extension, pulling his knees to his chest, and then right back down and under the hurdle. So that's what we're looking for. He's doing a good job. So is the young man down there. This guy right here ain't doing very good. Weaver, that ain't how that's supposed to look. You're supposed to jump off both legs. Christian, 2 legs. Jump both feet, not one. You're jumping on 1 leg. Okay, but again, he's got to explode up into the air. He's got to get back down, bear crawl under the hurdle, then up and jump again. He's having a hard time getting the concept of this, I guess. There you go, Christian, that's better. That's it, Tori. There, go through 5 times. Go through 5 times, and then they get a break, and then we go again. Explode, Mark. There you go. Explode. Come on. As you can see, as they get tired, they don't want to get down quite as low, don't explode quite as high. So it's good because it's working while you're fatigued. And the thing that's different about this in the weight room, when you get fatigued in the weight room, that's when kids get hurt. When they're doing this right here, obviously there's no weight on them, there's no resistance but body weight, so there's less chance of a kid getting injured. Obviously, you'll see throughout the day as you go through each one of these stations, some of them last longer than the others. The key is they have their workload that they have to do at each station, and then when they get done, then they're able to rest until the whistle blows. Then they got to do a breakdown, and then they got to sprint to the next station. So it isn't timed at every station. They have a workload that they have to be done at every station. One coaching tip for those of you that have grass fields, this station here needs to be set up off your field because you can see it chews up a lot of grass. So that's why it's over here off the field, because of the crab walking, bear crawling under the hurdle eats up your grass, so you tear your field up pretty good. So we learned that the hard way. Good job, AJ. Oh, I commented on you too fast. Mark, if you're going to be bent over like that after the first station, I done picked the wrong group to follow. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Jump. But again, the day we do this, we don't go to the weight room at all. We warm up out here everything is done on the field today. They'll be out here for 2 hours. Come on, Christian. 2 feet, 2 feet. AJ, bear crawl, bear crawl. Get down under that thing. Hit it, down. There you go, right there. So they're done with this station right here. So they just go through that. They go through each one 5 times, and then they get to catch a break. And then we'll break down when everybody's done, and then they'll sprint to the next station. You better sprint! Don't be last, Carson! Don't be last, Morton! Get up there, Devin! As you'll see, when the whistle blows, they got to sprint from station to station. If they don't sprint, we go back, do some up downs, and we give them a chance to try to sprint to the station again. Ready! Okay, there we go. They'll push the sled 5 yards down on the low part, and then 5 yards back on the high part. Then their partner will be able to go. So they switch. One goes down, the other one comes back, so that the partner always stays on the same end. So they're going to go 5 yards down, 5 yards back, 10 yards down, 10 yards back. They'll go up and down the ladder is what they're doing. They'll come to 15, and then they'll come back down. So it's a good workout. Again, you're getting some cardio in, but more importantly, you're getting resistance training in, again, not being in the weight room. The other thing that we do is you'll see the seniors are down here, the juniors are in the middle, and the sophomores are on the very end to your right, and there's different amount of weights on there. A lot of people like to call it level 1, level 2, level 3. Basically what we do in our program, anytime there's resistance weight involved, we have seniors, juniors, and sophomores that we put the weight on. So the seniors right now, at the start of the summer, we have a 25 on. The guys in the middle, or excuse me, the seniors have a 35, the juniors have a 25, and the sophomores have a 10. Then as we progress through the summer, we'll move up so that we go 45, 35, 25, and work across that way. But we add weight as they go. Mark, get your butt down and push, push, push. But again, you know, you get in the weight room and you sit there and you do squats. There's no movement involved. You come out here and you do this thing here and you work the legs, and they got to move things. This is football related. I mean, you got to drive people in the game of football. Fish, get it flat. And this is taking the weight room to the playing field, and it's more functional and it's more game related. And also the things you find out here is you get those kids that can squat the house, but they get out here and they just aren't able to do this because it's a whole different mentality. But those are the ones that you're going to find where your football players are at, out here doing this thing. You're not going to find who your football players are in the weight room like this. Mark, what are you doing? Is your back hurting? Huh? Then why are you sucking air so bad? But the thing you find is that not only is it physically tough, it's mentally tough. As you're seeing, they let it get to them, and then it just whips them. But it's a race to see. You're trying to see which team can come up and down the ladder the fastest. Come on, Fish. Come on, Fish. This kid here in the purple's got pretty good form. See how his back's flat? And again, you teach the same things you're teaching in the weight room. You want nice flat back. You want good form. Anytime they're standing tall, they're not working the right muscle groups. Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. Obviously, when they're pushing the low part, you don't want them on their knees. Get your butt down, Cam, flat back. There you go. Now push, push. Head up, Mark. You can't play football with your head down. But you can see these kids here, obviously the seniors have been through this for 3 years now. Sophomores, this is their first year that they do this whole training here. So that's why we kind of bring them up slowly all the way up. And again, nothing's timed, it's all based on workload. This is what you got to get done while you're here. Work to get it done. The faster you get it done, the more rest you get. Because when every station is done, we will rotate. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get here. Don't you walk till you cross that line. Don't you walk till you cross the line. Let's go. Get there. There you go. Good. Good. Right. So here's our shoulder circuit. Okay. And it's, again, we got weights involved. So you got seniors using 15 pounds, juniors using the 10 pounds, and the sophomores will use the 5-pound plates. But this is our shoulder circuit, because in football, the shoulders are so important, and you have all the shoulder injuries. What we're trying to do is hit every single muscle in that shoulder joint all the way around the shoulder. So what they do is they will do a total of 50 reps before they rotate. So they're going to do 10 power pulls at the front, then they do 10 front raises. Now they're doing 10 lateral raises. Then as soon as they get done with that, they're going to go to 10 quick press. Okay? They got 10 quick press over the head. AJ, it's not a tricep extension, it's a shoulder press. Okay, then when they come down, then they got bent, and they're gonna do lateral raises. So bent raises, we call them, they should be going straight out. The key to this is to make sure that their elbows are not going backwards, they're coming straight out beside their ears. And they should be keeping a flat back. Then they're gonna hand off and then go to the next guy. So see, they get 50 reps in and then switch. Now they'll get to rest while the next group goes. They'll do this twice. And again, the key is that you're hitting every muscle joint in the shoulder while you're getting conditioning in. Mark, make sure your elbows are going up. Again, now you're working the front delts. Then on the lateral raises, they'll be hitting them, you know, right there in the middle, deltoids real good. If you get them up in the posterior, you can see the kid on the end is really struggling. His form's horrible. I don't know what Mark's doing. The kid here on the end, the sophomore, is actually doing a good job. And again, though, he's only got 5 pounds in his arms. You're just getting spanked today, Mark. That's all I know. You're getting whipped today. Then they bend over. Now they're going to have rear delt raises. Really hitting. Again, they should almost be in a good RDLs with their knees bent. Bend your knees, Christian. Butt stuck back, flat back. The guy right there in the middle with the gray shirt has a good position to be in with his arms going straight out. Okay? But by the time you do 50 reps of that, your shoulders are burning pretty good. Now, the nice thing about this one, now they've really hit their shoulders good. Now they're fixing to go through with no weight, and they're going to do a shoulder complex, okay, with no weight. And the whole key to this one is that number one is their arms should never go below parallel. You got to move, Cam. You got to get some movement, okay, and their palms should always be facing the ground, okay. You don't ever want it, so it's totally isolating the shoulder joint. Right, and they're going to do each one of these for 30 seconds. So their arms are going to go up and down for 30 seconds, doing as many reps as they can do. Okay, burning the shoulders. Now they're going to go in and out. Again, arms up, Cam, you're below parallel. Mark, what are you doing? The kid in the white shirt there is doing a good job. He's got his shoulders parallel, in and out, all the way back. Cam, you got to come all the way back even. So when you watch this, it looks easy if you try to do this, especially after doing that shoulder workout that they did with the 50 reps of weights. This becomes very hard, especially after you, because by the time you're totally done, you've gone done 2 minutes and 30 seconds with these shoulder movements. So you got one that's done dropped his arms already. He got beat. You got one that's holding his hands over his head. He got beat. So what we try to tell them, if they're not able to go all the way through it without stopping and they got to drop their arms down, they just got beat. So, but you can see the difference between this type training and being in the weight room and just lifting weights. It's a whole different mentality, whole different beast. There's another one that just got beat. Get them arms straight, Tori. Arms straight, Tori. There you go, right there, straight out. Lock them elbows. Your elbows should never bend. There's another one that got beat. We got two guys left that hadn't been beaten this yet, Tori and Peterman. Everybody else has either rested or bent their arms. All right, last time, rotating forward now. Make sure you keep them palms towards the ground now, Tori. Tori, palms, there you go, there you go. Palms down, Jeff. Palms down, Jeff, there you go. Come on, Fish, you're getting beat a lot. Come on, Cam, arms up, Cam, arms up, Cam, arms up, Cam. All right, then they're done. They'll get to get their rest, get a sip of water, and then break down and rotate to the next station. All right, next station, we come over here, and these are tugs. These discs are filled full of water with different amount of weights in each one of them. Okay, and again, so that you have your juniors, seniors, sophomores set up there in different amounts of water, and we go 40 pounds, 30 pounds, 20 pounds, starting the summer off that way with the amount of water that's in each one. The nice thing about this, when you got the water in that, that's the resistance, so now we're getting our resistance running, but also with the water in there, it's sloshing back and forth, so then again, you got all that different muscle movement, and it works it different as opposed to just having a constant weight that doesn't move around. So you're getting to be able to work on that synergenic muscle where you're balancing at the same time as you're working. Much as the same philosophy of free weights versus machine weights. Ready! Okay, they're going to sprint all the way through the line. Then they turn around, they get turned, and then they go back. This time the reason they don't switch it, you know, when they get back on the end, they switch because these Velcro belts, they come off pretty easy. And then the other one's got a harness, he just slips it off, the next guy slips it on and he goes. So they go down through the line, then they sprint and come back. But we're gonna go 15 yards, they sprint forward, sprint back, they're gonna do that twice. And again, now you're just working really on running mechanics. They should have a slight forward body lean. They should really be driving their arms and elbows right there. That's a good job. This kid here is doing a good job. He's got that forward body lean. He's not standing straight up, and he's working. Again, leg workout without having the weight on your back in the weight room doing squats, because this is what you're going to do during the game. You got to be able to run. Football is about runners and hitters. This is training runners and hitters. You got to be able to run. Obviously, resistance training. Now, once they do this, again, they're going to do each one of these twice, down and back, and then we'll move to the next one. Okay, as they're backpedaling, okay, now obviously you're going to be working the hamstrings more than the quads when they're coming backwards. But again, they should be coming, their hips should be broke back down, butt back, knees behind your toes, and then they should be in a good back pedal formation, not standing straight up and down. So that'd be the key to look for here when we're doing this. Make sure they got their butt. That kid in the purple's got great form. That's good form. This kid here's standing up too much. Good job, Tori. It's a good job, Tori. Boom. Butts back, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal. Kid down there on the end, the sophomore's doing a good job too. Now the second group are going to do the exact same thing. But again, as you can see, they really get a total body workout out here doing this today. Again, you know, we went from the king crabs that really blew the legs up, to then went over there to the shoulders and recovered a little leg-wise, and then they're back over here training their lower body again, hitting those quads, hitting those hamstrings, hitting those glutes, and those calf muscles. Boom, okay? butt down, butt down, butt down. Okay, Cam, you got to drop your butt just a little bit. Drop your butt just a little bit. That's not bad on your part, Peterman. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Butt down and go. Butt down and go. Okay, now then the next part of this, again, they'll do come down, go back. Now they'll switch partners. Now we're going to work on a lateral run, like a shuffle, like a basketball shuffle. Again, making sure they don't cross their feet, but again, their butt should be down, or, you know, butt back, hips down, knees behind your toes, chest up, just like you're squatting. You should be in a good squatting position, good athletic position, and then now we're going to shuffle, working the hip flexors, the adductors, the abductors, that growing area that gets injured a lot in football. And again, they got this going with resistance, so the whole time they're doing all this, their core's getting trained too. Hands off your legs, hands off your legs. Boom, shuffle, shuffle. And the key is that you want to make sure they don't rotate their body. They really need to stay square to the sideline when they're doing this, because they'll try to turn their body just a little bit so it works them quads more, because them hip flexors obviously are your smallest muscle group, and hurts a little bit to get down there and work that and to do it right. But again, if they do it and do it right, hip flexibility is one of the most important things in any athletic sport. He's going to go down, okay, and then he's going to come back. Again, just like Coach pointed out, don't cross your feet. That guy was crossing his feet. You don't see, you want to, your shoulder must hear your heels click together. Click, 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 as opposed to a crossover. So again, they've done their workload, okay, and then you can see in the background the shoulders still are not done. So these guys will be done. We'll wait till they get done. We'll break them down and rotate. So it's all about getting done what's supposed to be done to the station when you get there, the workload that's been issued by the coach. All right, this is what we call our clean, complex station. All right, and when we get started, you'll see we're basically going to take them through all phases of how we teach the clean. The only thing we're not going to do is an RDL to a power shrug. Obviously, with 8th graders, we teach the power shrug before we go into the power pull. But today, the first movement they're going to do is the power pull. Ready! All right, as you see, they're going to do a power pull. They're going to do a squat clean. Then they're going to do a regular clean. Then they're going to do a clean and press. That's 1 rep. Okay, they got to do each one of those just like that, a total of 5 reps. Okay, so by the time they're done, you do 4 movements times 5, obviously that's 20 reps. But again, we're going through what it does is it lightens the load. Okay, again, because with the sophomores, you can see they've just got a 5 on each end. The juniors have a 10 and a 5, and then the seniors will have 2 10s on each end. All right, but we're going through with a lighter load, just re-emphasizing while we're not in the weight room, all the proper mechanics of the hang clean. And again, like when we teach this to our 8th graders in the weight room, we start with RDL. We teach them how to do an RDL first. Then we move to a power shrug. Then we move to a power pull. Okay, then we teach them the squat clean, because what kids don't understand is when you're clean is that your butt, and you've probably heard me say this 1,000 times already today, that your butt has to go back. Like this young man, if you watch him close with this white t-shirt on here, he's flirting with his knees going out over his toes. You really got to emphasize the squat clean is that your butt goes back and your knees stay behind your toes. Because you go to all these doctors and everything, they want to say squatting is bad for your knees. Well, bad technique on squatting, like that rep right there, is bad for your knees. If your knees go out in front of your toes, that's bad. As long as your knee stays behind your toes and the weight is in your glutes and your hip joint, there's nothing wrong with the squatting mechanics or movement. So that's why we teach the squat clean before we teach the regular clean, because you got to train the kid to drop his butt back. Because if you just go straight into a regular clean, they try to suck their hips under and they catch it with all the weight in their lower back. So out here today, we just go, starting with these sophomores, we go through that whole teaching mechanics again. Now they would go through this, again, 2 times. Again, you can see coaches going around watching, making sure the young man on the end down there is doing a great job of getting his butt back, getting his legs parallel. You know, and there's always an argument about what's parallel. What we tell our kids is parallel is the top of the thigh. Like if we were to put a pencil on the top of your leg, if it would run off forward, then that's not parallel. It should be able to sit there, or if anything, roll backwards towards your hip. So we really try to emphasize that young man right there in the blue shirt has great hip flexibility too. As you can see on his squat cleans, he really gets his butt down. But as far as like workload and taxing the body, this is probably one of the hardest stations that we have in this rotation. As you can see on the video, those that you probably noticed in a different group of kids, we switched groups because the last group was just getting whipped. But that's the one thing that, you know, and I've talked to coaches about when we present this as clinics is that you find your football players out here doing this. This is where you're going to find the kids that you can count on. Because they can all look good in the weight room when it's time to throw some weight around and they're getting 2 minutes rest in between each set. But when you got to go, 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 like a football game, especially for us because we're a no-huddle offense, and it's all about timing and going fast, this is where we find our players right here. We want kids that can go hard and then rest when we tell them to rest. And again, when they're done with their workload, then they're done. It isn't go again because some other group is not done. You get done what you got to get done. And then, as you notice, we have water bottles set up for them at every station. We're not one of those coaching staffs that believe in not giving kids water. We, you know, let them hydrate, let them get it. We want them to go hard when it's time to go hard. When it's time to rest, let them rest. All right, we're down to the next station. This is our tire flip. It's one of my favorite stations right here. I was raised on a farm in Louisiana, so I had to do a lot of this as true work during the day. But they're going to get down again, same things we've talked about. They should be in a perfect squat technique at the bottom with their butt back, their knees behind their toes, and they should have their hands under the tire. Now they're going to do almost like a deadlift till the weight gets to about waist, then they're going to flip their hands and they're going to press it. So now they're getting the hip joint workout, okay? They're working their legs like a deadlift, and then now they're getting some power in their chest when they push that tire over. Then they're supposed to jump on both feet in, both feet out of the tire. So now you're also getting a little explosion work, some plyometric jumping and bounding in there also. Now if you watch, the key you got to make sure, Devin, why are you up on your toes? And then the kid in the purple did one thing, he shot his butt straight in the air. So same things you're teaching in the weight room is what you should be preaching out here, okay, is that you keep your butt down, okay, just like great deadlift technique. Your chest should come up first, not your butt. If that kid shoots his butt straight in the air, then he's using all back, which is bad. If you watch this kid in the purple, he's going to probably do bad for him. I'm going to guess on this right now. Boom. Yep, see what I told you? His butt shot straight in the air, and then he goes, Carlos, you've got to keep your butt down when you lift. Don't shoot your butt straight in the air. Use your legs. Okay, same thing with the kid in the white. Now you guys see this is station number 6 for them. So they're starting to get kind of fatigued, all right? But this is when it kicks in. You can tell the seniors down there have great, because I've had them in weight training for a while, and they've been preaching. These kids here on the end are your sophomores again. I have not had them in advanced weight training, so some of these things I'm yelling at them about, that's why they're looking at me like, what are you talking about? So next year will be their first year in the weight training class. But they're going to flip the tire. They come down 6 times, jumping in, jumping out. Okay, then they go back 6 times, jumping in, jumping out. So they're getting a lot of reps. And then as you can see, they're getting some recovery because they're in groups. So one guy works while one guy rests. Okay, now they're going to get together. They're going to get together. Now what we do is what we call partner front squats. Okay, so like you're in the weight room and you're front squatting and you got the bar up. You're out here, same thing. You hit, you're under. Again, you're working on perfect squat technique. But again, like we talked about free weights versus machine weights, okay? Not only are they having to work to move the tire up and down, they also got to work together as a team to balance that thing. So if one guy starts yanking a little bit, you know, now he pulls his partner off. So this is a good team building exercise too, because obviously they're tired, they're frustrated, they're fatigued, and now one guy wants to take it easy, kind of cheat a little way and put their weight on his teammates. So this is where you find some team players right here. Who's going to take care of their teammates when they're tired and not worry about themselves and just being selfish. So again, that's hard to find out in the weight room when one guy's working and one guy's spotting. Now you got to work together like you do on the football field. Now they're going to go back and do the same thing again. They're going to flip that tire down, jump in, jump out, 6 flips down, 6 flips back. Make sure you're jumping off both feet, landing on both feet. Wesley, get your butt down. Push. Things kind of hurt us today in some of their group. You got a kid that's got a broken hand and then another kid that has a strained abdominal muscle. So they're in the watch mode. But the thing you'll find out is that the kids, I mean, this is, unless you've ever done this, you don't understand how taxing this is on the body. I was stupid enough to try to do this one day, and it works you pretty good. I had a coach last week that jumped in. He made it through 3 stations, and then he kind of tapped out. So it's pretty tough, but the kids that make it through this are the kids that you're going to be able to count on. They're the kids that's going to be the leaders of your football team. They're going to be the ones that win games for you. And plus for me, the thing that does for me is the summertime is the only time we can do this is because, as you'll see, every varsity assistant coach is here and has a station. During the school year, they're all in the classroom teaching, so you're not able to do this because you don't have a time that you can do this during the school day versus weight training. The other thing it does is great for your kids because it gets your kids out of the weight room into a different setting, plus they're still working. Again, you've got some rotation going on around here because this group's running 2 men down because of injuries. Kids are getting lucky today, though. It's nice weather out, cool breeze blowing. Usually it's about 100 degrees out here when we're doing this. The other thing, and that's the great thing it does too, it gets you acclimated. I don't know how most schools are, but our school has a great weight room. It's air conditioned. It's hard to get acclimated to being outside with helmets and shoulder pads on when you're training in an air conditioned weight room all the time. Again, you can see that group of seniors down on the end and their nice technique they have in their squats with their butts going back and their knees staying behind their toes. Now they've got completed their workload, so they get to get a sip of water. All right, this is station number 7, okay? And again, obviously, you understand what we're doing here. These are just walking lunges. Again, preaching the same thing you preach when you do lunges in the weight room, all right? We want the leg going parallel, all right? We want the knee behind the toe. We want to see them sit in their hips, all right? Their chest should be up big, just like if they were squatting a big chest. You don't want them leaning forward or falling forward, all right? Now, what we've done here, don't have that ball on your leg, Ramsey. Hey, Ramsey, get the ball out in front of you. You're resting it on, there you go. Now you're doing work. The key is what we've added now is you've added some resistance training. And I may say the name of these balls wrong, and the guy may get mad at me, but they're Kagamakan. It's K-A-M-A-G-O-N, Kagamakan balls. What they are, they're a med ball that you can put water in. So each one of these they got water in them. All right, and again, the seniors are here, the juniors are in the middle, sophomores are on the end. So your seniors are down here, they got 15 pounds of water. Then your juniors are in the middle, they got 12 pounds of water. Then your sophomores are on the end, and they got 10 pounds of water in them. But as they're moving, that water's sloshing around in that ball. So we don't spend a lot of time doing, I can tell you, we don't do any time doing like crunches, all that kind of stuff for core. Because anytime you do this, what we've done is we're working the legs, but anytime you got a weight in front of your body, all right, your core is engaged. Now you can see the kids that are doing it right and you see the kids that are doing it wrong. They should be holding that ball straight out in front of them, but some of them, their core isn't strong enough, okay, so they got to relax and take it down. Same thing with this, all right? You can see kind of that water sloshing around in there. the water's over their head. Now you're working shoulders, you're working core, and you're working legs, getting everything that you would get out of a normal lunge, okay? So this is a total body workout almost. Sitting here working. This station 7, now they got to hold this water over their head and move, okay? The nice thing about these balls is that they're in there tight enough that the kids can move their hands around and get them situated where they want it so they're not spread out too far with the weight over their head. Again, make sure you work. Dalton, make sure you're keeping your knees behind your toes. Okay, and when we do this now, we do different types of lunges. The first lunge we do is just a regular lunge, okay, where they go down 10 yards, back 10 yards, just doing a regular forward lunge, okay? And then the next one we do, we call it angle lunge, but the body should stay straight, okay, as much as possible. And then if you were looking at a clock, one of the old school clocks, you actually want your left foot to be stepping at 11 o'clock and your right foot to be stepping at 1 o'clock. So it's a slight angle, so therefore you work in the inside, the growing area of the leg, also working those smaller muscle groups that don't get worked as much when you're doing like regular squats. All right, so they're going to do 2 sets each of those. They do 2 sets of forward lunges, down and back, then they do 2 sets of angle lunges, okay? And then coach is going to have them do, as you can see, they're going on a backward lunge, same thing, step and gather, getting back. Nothing should change on the technique, okay? The knee should be behind the toe, butt should be back, they should be sitting in their hip. The main thing we try to emphasize, it doesn't matter whether we're in the weight room or whether we're out here, we want to train hip flexibility is what we're working on, because I'm a firm believer, I don't care what sport it is, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, you got to have hip flexibility. And that's the one thing a lot of kids don't have. They don't know how to sit down in their hips, and you got to train them to do that. They know how to sit on the couch and play them PlayStations is what they know how to do. Get that weight over your head, Dalton. It should be straight over you. There you go, at a kid. The other thing this works on is good, again, good for your shoulders. It's a different shoulder exercise. Working on shoulder flexibility. You can see a kid in the middle don't have very good shoulder flexibility. He's unable to hold that ball over his head. And now we're going to do a lateral lunge. Okay, stepping, lateral lunge, your toes facing forward, toe is facing forward. Okay, make sure your toe's forward now, don't turn that toe. Drop that butt down. Now sit your butt back. Butt back, DJ. You're setting your butt forward. There you go. Nothing changes in your technique, son. That's the thing you got. See, you can see right there as a senior. Be a great lineman for us. Again, just struggling on that flexibility to be able to sit and get down in there. Okay. Again, that kid that's got those gold shorts on, he's a 500-pound squatter, but you can see him struggling. Okay, he's out here struggling today doing that workout with just 15 pounds. So it takes all that weight off of him, so you don't have to worry about a kid getting injured. And with 15 pounds, he's getting fatigued and getting worked out because it's all in a different manner. It's all functional. Don't cross your feet, Colton. Again, core is engaged because the weight is over his head. So anytime the weight is over your head or in front of your body, your core is engaged. And you can start to hear Coach, but he's talking to them about keeping their butt back and their knees behind their toes. Same thing. Doesn't matter whether you're out here or you're in the weight room, the key is never compromise technique for weight. And that's what we preach to our kids all the time. The technique is the most important thing, because especially with male athletes, they'll compromise technique to be able to lift more weight because it's just part of that male ego thing. But if they do that, before long, it's going to result in an injury. Mountain climbers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Move them knees. Get them knees up. 15, 17, 19. Here we go, straight line. Straight line. That's not a straight line, DJ. Straight line. There. No, Steve. What are you doing, Nancy? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Straight line. Get off your knees. Push your arms. Ready? And... Straight line, power punch. Ready, and 1, 2. What's wrong, Snoop? You don't do this in Avila? 7, 8, 9, 11, 14, 16, 18. Straight line, we're almost done, fellas. Straight line. All right, here we go. Right arm up first this time, and up. 1, 2, 3. This is what happens when you get extremely tired. You don't know your right from your left. 8, 9. You said right arm up. See, that's what happens. Get tired of the game. You don't concentrate. 16. Both hands down. Shelf your knees. Ready, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, both hands down. Here we go. Jumping jack push-ups. Going to 5. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now one break, and we'll come back. It's time to compete. Hey! 5 minutes. Here we go. On a hop. All right, here we go. Ready? Winner 1. Winner. You've won. You've won. All right, stop. Don't move. Don't move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This side 1. Yep. All right. This side 1. Everybody over here. Everybody over here's got 10 up downs, coach. That ain't their problem. That ain't their problem. Get your chest to the ground. That's what I've heard. Come on. 4, 5. Come on. 6. Gotta be able to pick a winner. 7. Come on. 8. Good job. Way to pick a winner, fellas. That's the only thing you did right all day long today. Team 3 and 4. Team 3 and 4. Hey, stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Ready? There you go, Kraus. Keep fighting, Kraus. Keep fighting, Kraus. Come on, Dre Moss. Come on, Dre Moss. There you go. Get up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got him, Dre. You got him, Dre. Get up, Dre. Dre wins. You may be the only winner on this whole team. Stay over there. Come on, Kraus. Come on, Kraus. We got a battle here. We got a battle, boys. We got a battle. Come on, Kraus. Don't let him beat you. Don't let him beat you, Kraus. Dig deep, son. Now you got to sit both flat. Now you got him. You got him. Kraus, you got him. You got him, Kraus. You got him, Kraus. You got him, Kraus. Losers. That was a great battle, fellas. Great battle. Got your sides picked? All right, here we go. Come on, fight. Come on. Come on, Cole Davis. Get your butt down. Get your butt down. Brandon Wagner, what was that? Come on, Cole. Don't you stop, 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 Cole. Get up! No, Cole. No, Cole. No, Cole. No. No, he ain't got him yet. He ain't got him yet. Winners. Winners. Well, yeah, you lost. Ready! Come on. Come on, Peterman. Come on, Peterman. Wow, Sobey. Wow, Sobey. Wow, Sobey. Ah, you lost, Sobey. Come on. Oh, here goes the battle. Here goes the battle. Tell them to leave them over there. We don't know who's won. Come on, hey! This decides who's the champ. Don't let him beat you, Bedgeworth. Come on, Bedgeworth. Come on, Bedgeworth. To the sideline, here we go. We got two half-dashers. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you can get something out of this that you'll be able to use in your program to make you better. If you have any questions, feel free to call me. I'll be willing to help you in any way. Good luck this season.